virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area, test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like Simrigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
Save me, Jade. Good evening, race fans, and welcome back for round 15 of the Southern Thunder Truck Series. Tonight we are at Milwaukee for the Milwaukee Mile. Joining me in the booth tonight, Paul Jackson, is James Watson, and he'll also be racing tonight. How you going, James?
Oh, going all right. This one is definitely gonna be interesting. The Milwaukee Mile is a phenomenal track. It's one of the most historic ovals in all of American motorsport. It's a track that I happen to enjoy quite a bit when I'm not actually driving it. It's a different story when I'm actually out on track. So, yeah, you might hear some complaining from me on that front, but yeah, it's gonna put on an interesting race. You know, Milwaukee fits in with that old school feel. You know, races here tend to be on the other spectrum of short tracks, because, you know, I've always said short tracks have two extremes. They're either spread out tire save fest where people are more racing the track than anyone, or they're wreck-filled dumpster fires. This is more than likely going to be the former.
Well, it's definitely one of my more favorite short tracks, and I absolutely hate short tracks, so there'll be more complaining from me than you, I think. But the keys to the race tonight, so corner entry control. So coming in, short tracks, going to be using a lot of brakes, especially in these trucks, the rear getting loose as well. So obviously key to control on entry there, you know, getting that braking system working well. track position and clean air. So short tracks, obviously track position is always key, not wanting to get caught up in any big wrecks, and the clean air out the front. You're not going to get stuck coming into corners as well, so you can get a nice clean in and out of the corners. And again, their brake management, but also tyre management. So not burning up those tyres, getting hard under acceleration out of corners, and braking too heavy coming into corners and washing up and hitting the wall. So a few things to consider tonight. But Ryan Barber, who's your daddy? You should be practicing. I'm not sure if you're on track there. But,
He's not even signed up, bum.
Oh, yeah, he's in Sydney. Yeah, that's right. I did see
That's
that
no
on,
excuse.
Facebook there. So I'm sure there's a LAN cafe somewhere that's got a sim rig in the corner that you could have jumped into. But
Exactly.
currently, the championship season standings there, Brad Newman with a big lead there over Ruben Phelps, 118 points difference. Lachlan Urquio in third. Matty Ray in fourth. A few of the SRM boys, second, third, fourth there. So good job by them. Brian Blundell in fifth. Mark Grocott sixth. Ryan Barber seventh. Andy Barber in eighth. Well, Ryan, you're not going to be seventh after this race, so Andy will be on top. Brad Wright in ninth, and Jason Holdsworth in the 10th spot there. But also in the booth, we got Kobe Jordan in behind the cameras as always. So big thanks to Kobe tonight, putting on the show once more for us and everyone tuning in at home. But qualifying's kicked off and we're underway. So 4 minutes to go, and I think that's Lachlan Urquio there out on track at the moment. So we'll see what time Lockie can post up there. I believe he hasn't had too much time in the sim rig this week or last week, or as he was saying, while I was busy mashing keys this evening. But hopefully he can post up a good time there, keep that run going. You might have to walk us through your quality lap there, James, just to put you off a bit more as well.
Yeah, well, I'm already on lap 2. The thing about this place is trail brake for days. You're going to basically sail it on into the corner. I'm off the throttle early, trail braking, waiting till about the center of the corner. Then I'm starting to roll back on it and just trying to hang on for that because the truck will kind of start to break loose. So then just bring it up to the line and basically do the same thing. There are a bit of differences with with these corners. You know, they're not quite the same. Like exit turn 4, it actually kind of the exit kind of closes off on the curb, so you actually kind of cut down and it straightens up a little bit, and there's a little divot, and I always try to aim for that divot because it kind of helps the vehicle, whatever vehicle I'm driving, kind of grip up a little more. Yeah,
and we've got Brody Kostecki in the server tonight, so this is going to be a big change up for the drivers. I'm sure they'll all have fun racing Brody tonight. But, Kobe wants to change his pick. No, Kobe, you're not allowed to. Sorry, you're locked in there. You're not changing your pick. But the one who should be able to change his pick's myself because I'm not in here every week. So, no, our picks are locked in. But good to see Brody on track. We've seen him a couple of times here and there in different races before, and this will be a good race tonight. And already setting a quick time. Sorry there, James. He's just beat you in qualifying. But Lockie with a very quick 29.1 at the moment. So we'll see if anyone else can top that. At the moment.
I'm expecting to qualify outside the top 10 because me and this place don't get along. So any position higher than that, and I'm thrilled.
Well, there's only about 4 other cars there, so you won't be far out of the top 10 if you do qualify outside the top 10, and there's already 3 below you, so I think that'd be pretty hard to qualify outside the top 10 at the moment. But we've got 50 seconds to go. A few other drivers making their way out for their qualifying as well. And everyone just wants to put their money on Brody tonight. Come on, that's not fair. You can't put your favourites on there. But anyways, 30 seconds to go. We'll let the guys wrap up their qualifying. We'll go to a quick ad break, and we'll be back with the starting grid in just a moment.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight to Inside Lane Productions and joining us for the Milwaukee Mile round 15 and the starting grid. So taking pole is Lachlan Urquio alongside Brad Newman. Second row, Brody Kostecki and Andy Barber jumping up into fourth there. James Watson on the third row. You could have done better than that, James. And Brian Blundell on the third row. Brad Wright on the fourth row alongside Tim Blundell. Jason Holdsworth and Matty Ray for your top 10. Ruben Phelps and Troy Mortensen in 12th. On the sixth row, Peter Jones and Colin Bennett 14th on the 7th row. And our picks from the booth tonight. So we'll start off with James Watson so he can get underway and start his truck up.
I'm gonna take Lucky.
Well, Kobe's already messed that one up. You're stuck with Phelpsy.
I mean, it's not the worst thing, but there we go.
There you go. I went with Phelpsy tonight, so you got it on the wrong one there. And Kobe, who's your pick for tonight's race?
And don't say Kostecki.
Tonight I'm going to go with Jason Holdsworth. I know he's not the fastest car out there, but I know he's a master strategist. Big word for me tonight. And I think if he's got a chance, if he's got a chance to win it, he's going to win it on strategy. So, yep, like I said, boys, Jason Holdsworth is my pick tonight.
Yeah, good pick there. I know Jason can be very quick on the 1.5s and has some pretty good strategies as well up his sleeve, but we'll see how he goes starting off the back in a short track race. Not too sure how well he goes in short tracks, so haven't really seen much in the short tracks, but yeah, no, he's a weapon on the longer circuits. But we're about to go green. Lachlan Urquio taking us to the green flag. 150 laps here tonight at Milwaukee. Good luck, James.
We'll need it.
And we're underway. Turn one. Brody Kostecki already right on the bumper of Lachlan Urquio. Taking over second. That inside line, getting a nice run off the start. We'll probably see things quickly jump into a one-lane train.
Yeah, absolutely.
see many running. Andy Barber out wide, though, in turn 3 there. Brody Kostecki getting a little bit loose out of turn 3, but managed to catch that slide. Just on board there at the moment on the roof of Kostecki. Trying to chase down Lachlan Urquio, who's already starting to pull away a little bit, and Kostecki trying to stay with him. Getting a nice little gap.
This is close. Barber and Newman, they almost made contact. Andy slid up a bit.
And getting that done, and looks like James sneaking through the inside there as well on Newman. Taking advantage of that. Get that position. Looking for
Trying
Andy
to,
Barber
at any
now.
rate.
Can you get Andy Barber, though? That's the question.
Can I get Andy? I don't even know how I'm up here at this point. I'm expecting to be outside the top 10. I was not expecting to be up here in the well into the top 5.
Well, I already expected a caution because short tracks are always caution prone, but we might see that a little bit later when the tyres wear and people get a bit too excited trying to push too hard on worn tyres. Kostecki sticking with Lachlan at the moment, staying on his bumper. And about a half a second gap there back to Andy Barber at the moment. So Andy almost in no man's land already. Got a half second gap there in front and almost
side by side for the lead. There goes Kostecki inside Urquijo. Lucky's holding tough on that outside. He's still got a little bit. And looks like Kostecki's gonna clear. Move Brody up into the race lead.
Got that job done, and I expect he won't be looking back now. He'll be looking forward to the rear of Colin Bennett so he can start lapping the field as well. So I'm sure that'll come in no time from our race leaders at the moment. Andy Barber doing a great job there. Just caught back up onto the bumper of Lachlan Urquio, closing that gap up while Kostecki and Urquio had the position change. Brad Newman looking at the rear of James Watson at the moment as well. So don't look in your rear view mirror, James. Look forward.
Oh, I see a whole lot more of Falcon Tire than I want to right now.
You might be seeing the rear of Falcon Tire in just a moment. Brad looking for that corner, but very early entry into that. So
yeah, almost caught me off guard because I'm like, the turn's not up for another few hundred yards.
I thought he was going for a speedway move then, going for the big dive in, but the wash up. But, didn't quite do that now. He's got the run out of 4 though. He's coming up next to James Watson. He's going to get the run into 1 and the big send in early. And can James get the undercut on him? But not quite.
No, that was a business decision. Trying to hold him off. I'm having to push a lot more than what I'm really comfortable with right now. You know, more than likely this is going to be a pretty spread out race, so the onus is gonna be on tire saving. So I just need to make sure I can save as much as I can, and I've never been much good at saving tires here at the Milwaukee Mile, so I've got to do everything I can to keep the right front under me. Otherwise, I'm really going to be at the back of the pack.
That was the only advantage that I used to have when I was slow was tyre wear. Pick everyone off when they burnt up their tyres and make those positions back. And usually at a sort of a top 10, top 15 on tracks that I struggled with on full fields. So it worked. So
yeah, I've definitely learned to weaponized my slowness over the years, but here I'm slow and hard on tires, so yeah, the best of both worlds.
Just looking at Lockie and go around that turn 3-4 corner there, it even looked like the front left was lifting up on his truck there. So looked like he's very hard on that right, and that's given Andy a huge slide out of turn 2. He's on the rear of Urquio at the moment. He's looking to make that move, trying to find an opening there. He's going to get up alongside Urquio. And he's going to have to run. Let's see if Urquio concedes. Side by side.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to hold serve on the outside. The inside is just so dominant, and there you see Andy Barber completes a pass up into second.
Come back a little bit further in the field there. So Kobe's pick there, Jason Holdsworth. He's moved his way up into 8th. Looking at Brad Wright now for the pass as well. For the 7th position. And he's got his eyes on Phelps, but Phelps has his eyes on James at the moment. Phelpsy on the back of James Watson at the moment. Again, look forward, James. Don't look in the rear view.
Well, thankfully, I don't have to look in the rear view. I can just look to the corner of my monitor and see your live feed of my impending doom.
Well, we'll give it a lap to be generous.
Wow, how kind of you. Be still my beating heart.
If you're lucky, it might be 2. We'll see. See how hard Phelpsy pushes. Brody Kostecki already 1.2 seconds out on Andy Barber now. Lachlan Urquio slowly falling back from Andy Barber as well. And Phelpsy's still riding on the back of James at the moment. A nice run out there. James trying to be a little bit defensive almost, looking at hogging that middle of the track there down the straights and trying to get that corner entry to shut off Phelps for an inside move.
Yeah, you can definitely see the difference in lines. That's the interesting thing about Milwaukee, is that even with it being inside line dominant, there's still many different ways to actually attack the corners here at this track. You know, you can enter high, you can enter low, exit low, etc.
You can wave to Phelpsy as he passes here. Phelpsy on the inside. He hasn't quite got the run though. He's got that inside position to make the move, but he'll get the job done this time now. Cutting off James Watson. It's a bit of a cheeky one there, James.
Yeah, he was just able to carry so much more speed into 3 and 4. Seem to be even with him in 1 and 2, but it just, I don't know if I'm over driving it through 3 and 4, but I'm just kind of sliding a little bit. He's able to keep it pretty planted.
Well, not sure if you've got a brake bias adjustment there. That might help you. Maybe a little tweak.
Yeah, but the lovely thing about these stock cars is you can only go 3% in either direction, which, you know, is absolutely the most helpful thing ever.
Yeah, sometimes. It helps a little bit, I find.
Yeah, I just wish, you know, I could, like, have the whole range of motion, which always cracks me up when you consider the fact that you can do that in the 87 NASCARs. Like, you can go 100% brake bias, you can exaggerating, of course, but like you have the kind of full range of motion there, being able to go a lot more than 3%. Same with the next gen, which is funny that the oldest Cup car on the service and the newest Cup car can do that, but not any stock car in between.
Well, we can't give you any illegal adjustments there that'll give you an unfair advantage, can we?
It's illegal about brake bias.
Nothing. 22 laps in, Brody Kostecki leading the way over Andy Barber. Lachlan Urquio, Brad Newman, Ruben Phelps, your top 5. Jason Holdsworth trying to chase down James at the moment. He's almost there. I think we're on board with Matty Ray at the moment there, trying to chase down Brian Blundell. Not sure if Mr. Sheen's a fan of short tracks or not. I'm sure no one's a fan of short tracks, really, but...
Excuse me. How dare you? The nerve of some people insulting my chosen discipline.
You've been a bad boy, James. You're disciplined with a short track race.
Yay! Although I'm sure getting disciplined in this short track race.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Jason Holdsworth is knocking on your driver door at the moment. So watch out for that one. He's going to make that pass on James Watson. Once again, have that inside line. But as these laps are churning, it's taking a couple of laps for that inside line to get that pass done. And watch out for that wall too there, James.
Yeah, that's the thing is that in certain circumstances, the outside is pretty good at holding position. You know, if you're able to carry enough speed and momentum. I'm honestly amazed I'm able to hold on as long as I have. Nope, there it goes.
Well, I was going to say I can't even see you because of that camera Kobe had on, but now Jason Holdsworth got that job done. So once again, he'll be looking forward to Ruben Phelps next on the hit list. I'm sure he's going to have a hard task catching up to Brody Kostecki, but nothing's impossible. So Brad Wright going down a lap, first victim to a fall to Brody Kostecki. 27 laps in.
Hey, it sure is getting dark here.
Do they have lights here? I can't remember. Kobe was panicking there.
About that.
Google might say they have lights, but I don't think iRacing has lights here, Kobe.
Yeah, so the thing about Milwaukee is it doesn't actually have lights. They do hold night races here, but the lights are actually a bunch of people, a bunch of trucks parking in the infield and using their headlights as the lights. I'm not making this up. So yeah, that's not something that's actually modeled in iRacing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, looking at the surrounds, there's some street lights, but I don't know how much light they'll actually provide. Some parking lights. Well, if we do go nighttime here, then we'll race until we can't race no more. So we'll see who can maybe get the wall ride going and keep going, maybe. Otherwise, we'll probably be declaring this race tonight, and that's me chairing. Hey!
Oh, why couldn't we have called it when I was still in fourth place? Stop the count!
We could have called it after qualifying if you really wanted to, but I would have been happy to call it then. Alrighty. Well, now truck position is definitely key. So we'll see who can hold on, who can make any more passes, and how many laps we can go before nightfall. What's the fuel run looking like, James? How many laps into a tank can you go?
So it looks like we can barely make it to halfway on a tank, so it's looking like a one-stop race here.
Definitely needing a stop. So 475 maybe.
Or I can just tell people since I'm in the race.
Alrighty. Well, James is going to hand on the great news to everyone, for everyone to jump up and down and celebrate and throw their beers and whatever they're drinking around in their sim rig and make a big mess. But, we're probably about halfway into the fuel stint, so up 33 of 150. I'm just trying to have a look there. So Phelps and Newman, probably one of our closest battles at the moment, besides Matty Ray and Brian Blundell, still having a battle there. So just over half a second there, Newman in front of Phelps. And about a 2/10 gap there from Brian Blundell and Matty Ray. Otherwise, everyone's pretty spaced out here at Milwaukee. Short track tends to open up the field early on. So not so much pack racing here. Just about who can stick with who. Phelps is slowly closing that gap on Newman. 0.3 of a second. Definitely got the pace, looking like the pace down the straight. So he's on the inside line. He's going to not quite get the run out of the corner. So slotting back in behind Newman. Going to have to try and set himself up again. But Newman again holding that mid line. But Phelps is going to get in on the inside out of the corner. Looking a little bit loose almost, but he's got the run now alongside and out of turn 4, so he'll get that job done quite easily there.
So, meanwhile, a lot of the guys were joking about just having everyone stay out there and go last man standing wins.
Well, I know there's a few that have been subjected to night races before, and they've got the brightness control and contrast control on their monitors ready at the go to increase the brightness to 100% so they can see in the dark. So there's a few that have that one up their sleeve.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I think if I tried that, especially on a short track, I'd definitely be riding the walls and bouncing off them and turning myself and bringing out cautions and all sorts of good stuff. Troy Maudson, Colin Bennett now down a lap as well. Brody Kostecki extending his lead, 3.3 seconds over Andy Barber. With another 1.5 second gap over Lachlan Urquio.
Approximately 2 lights.
Gonna say, it looks like someone's got their torches shining in the grandstand. Lap 40 of 150, so we're coming up a third of the race. And reckon about another 30 odd laps maybe for a fuel stint. So we'll see if anyone can make that halfway mark and make it a one-stopper, or if it'll... I'm sure if they can't make it a one-stopper, race might be declared anyway, so they won't have to worry about another stop. 8:15 p.m. here at Milwaukee and 8:45 here in Australia. So almost got the times lined up.
Must be nice. Meanwhile, in American land, it's 6:45 in the morning.
Well, that's all right. You had your coffee. You're sounding nice and lively this morning. Ready to start the day with a top 10 finish.
I haven't even been to bed.
Well, hope you've got your Red Bull then. And here's Newman of Phelps going at it again. Newman on the inside of Phelpsy. One in that position back. And Holdsworth's coming to the party as well. We're going to have a 3-truck race in a moment between Brad Newman, Ruben Phelps, and Jason Holdsworth. The accelerator pedals on the right, James. You can catch up to them as well.
I'm doing the best I can, sir.
Well, it's a lot better than I'd be doing. I would have been the first to go down that lap. Yep, James definitely does sound too perky for that time of morning, so not sure what he's had in his cup of coffee. Or whatever he's been drinking.
It's a Red Bull that I had like 8 hours ago.
8 hours ago for a Red Bull. Jeez. I remember I pulled about 3 or 4 rock stars in a matter of 3 or 4 hours one night. Lucky my heart didn't explode on that one.
Well, you see, because of my already hyperactive nerve system, thanks to the autism, in addition to my mental health medication I'm on, if I drink any more than one a day, except in certain circumstances, I would probably drop dead.
Well, if you stop drinking them, you might too. You might get the handshakes and body shakes and everything. I've heard of those ones happening before.
No kidding.
Yep. Alrighty, so just a little intermission there for the comms booth, just so James can relay how the race will finish when it does get declared. So the sun's slowly going down. You can see that beautiful sunset in the background. Jason Holdsworth still trying to catch up to Phelps. Newman pulling away from Phelps at the moment. Trying to get that position back. Big send into turn 2 there for Phelpsy. Trying to close up that gap. About to hit lap 50, our third of the way race here at Milwaukee, which probably won't make halfway. Don't know yet. We'll see if we can get halfway out of this.
I mean, we still have decent enough visibility. Like, I've almost clobbered the end of pit road wall a lot more of these last few laps, but other than that, I'm all right.
So if we have a caution, we'll know James went head first into the pit wall.
If the caution comes out and you see my name falling down the order, mind your business. Nothing happened.
It looks like Matty Ray's finally got that pass done on Brian Blundell, and he's now looking for Peter Jones in front of him. About half a second gap there to Jones in closing. Let's chuck a replay on that move on Brian Blundell. Set that corner up nicely. Pulling out wide and taking the inside on the corner. And the old little wash up in front. Nice clean move there for Matty Ray. Phelps now has Jason Holdsworth close that gap on him. He's on the rear bumper, getting a bit loose there. Maybe just a little bit too much speed in behind Phelps in the corner and nowhere to go on that inside line. Phelpsy holding it. And a little bit of a wiggle there for Holdsworth. So just losing the rear bumper a little bit, but I'm sure he's going to close that up again in the next lap or two.
Yeah, Jason has had some pretty good pace over the last 20 laps or so. The truck is doing wonders on this long run for him.
Colin Bennett just staying out of trouble there, up high, letting the race continue on. Holdsworth looking for the outside. Phelpsy losing
Oh,
it.
they got a cargo! Oh my goodness, how did they save that?
The wall helped.
I couldn't see. All I saw was smoke.
And we saw sparks too. Good save there from Phelpsy.
The sparks are on Saturdays. Only on Inside Lane Productions. How's that for product placement?
Alrighty, well, for everyone at home, we have a guest in the booth at the moment. We got Troy Mortensen. How you doing?
Yeah, good mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. You blind yet?
Yeah. Yep.
You are?
Yeah, no, it's I think I've done my faster lap in the dark. Actually, it's been good, and it's not very fast.
Matty Ray getting loose there out of the corner too. Brian Blundell trying to get that spot back, but yeah, the lights are down. There's a little bit of light in one of the corners there, and the rest of the lights the green track light.
That's it. And I just said to the boys just before I wonder if I can swap and drive the safety car, because at least it's got lights. But I don't know if that's going to be able to, if that will work out. Oh fuck.
Yeah, probably not. So you're a lap down. Maybe a caution might help, and if you can stay out, you might get a lead lap back.
Yeah, I've done 30-something laps practice right before the race. So true to form, I don't practice, and it's showing. But I'm still driving. I haven't got any X's or anything like that. So, and the cars are one piece. So. Pretty good.
That's always a good sign there, and just no one likes practicing short tracks, do they?
How dare you? The nerve of some people.
It's actually not a bad track. Actually, I don't mind it. It's a bit of fun, but yeah, possibly you need a little bit more practice on this one.
Battle for 8th at the moment. Oh! I thought we were going to see caution. Battle for 8th. Matty Ray, Peter Jones alongside, just holding on to each other's cars there, so they didn't lose it.
Oh man! In the chaos, Brad Wright just brought it down. Yep, there he is. Ooh, yeah. The pit road entry here is kind of funny. There's a little yellow line that kind of starts right as you get off of turn 4, and you have to be to the inside of that as you're going in. And if you're not, you'll cop yourself a nice little unsafe pit entry penalty. Good luck trying to see it.
I was going to say, is it glow-in-the-dark paint? Because it's pretty hard to see what's on the road.
Native, Ghost Rider.
Well, when the race does get declared, what happens with black flags? Who comes in and when they park up, whoever's got black flags, how are we going to serve those ones? That'll be a fun job.
Well, it's fine because no one can see the black flags in the dark, so no one will know.
So what is actually going to happen? We were sort of talking crap in the Discord there when James was calling something out over the radio.
So what's going to happen is when it's unanimous between the field that it's too dark for everyone to drive, I will throw a yellow, and then everyone will come into the pits in the positions they finished in, park up at the end of the pits as if they're getting to go out again, and then exit out.
Copy.
Yeah, there you go.
I still like my idea though. Why can't we just carry on in last man standing? I think that'd be a bit of fun.
Maybe. I just said everyone should just wall ride and for the next half of the race. And
Yeah, I'm
see
doing that.
who can make it.
I've done that a fair bit. I don't think I got paint on my right hand side of the car at the moment. Truck.
Holdsworth now looking at Newman, looking for that 4th spot at the moment.
Oh, Jesus.
Phelpsy's dropped out of this one. Maybe visibility issues. And James Watson's catching up on Phelpsy. James
and
eating his carrots.
I just saw Andy just comment that he can't see, so...
Yeah, I don't know how I'm able to see. I have like some of the worst vision out of anybody. My mom has an issue where her eyesight is really bad, which always makes driving home from work at night fun for her. But yeah, she can't drive at night, and even though this is a sim and I'm looking on a gaming monitor, I have always wondered if I have the same thing, because I can't really see all that well, but I see enough. I see a position ahead of me. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's
We
the
got
yellow,
caution.
and I think Andy Barber's lost it. He's dropped down to 7th, so...
It could have come out a couple seconds earlier because I've just got past Brody again. So I'm now 2 laps down.
And Andy Barber's towed to pits. So with that caution, I reckon we might be calling this race under yellow. So we'll get James.
Well, if you've
to,
got Brody
chuck that
on
one.
stream, that's good because I'm behind him so people can see my car. I'm happy with that.
Well, there you go. There's the pace car, and we got some lights on track. Let's just race under yellow for the rest of the race and keep the pace car out there. We might be able to see who they're following. But I was going to say it looked like...
Darn it, we couldn't have waited until I got by Ruben.
I was going to say you could tell who could still see in the dark with the old contrast control, because Lachlan Urquio was running Andy Barber down just before that, and you can see the
Good
slow
work,
up
Brody.
as well.
Good work. Good race.
And Brody Kostecki chucking it in pit road there for a burnout. Troy Mortensen will finish last because he just parked in his pit bay. But
Well, I was last anyway, so that's all good.
We'll go through those unofficial results there, which you can see on screen. So Brody Kostecki in first, Lachlan Urquio second, Brad Newman third, Jason Holdsworth fourth, Ruben Fowles fifth, James Watson sixth, Matty Ray seventh, Brian Blundell eighth, Lachlan Urquio back in second, halfway down the list, Peter Jones ninth, not sure 10th, Colin Bennett 11th, so they're all over the place there. But That
And
was
that's
an
it. Don't-
interesting
don't
way
say
to finish a race, and I couldn't be more than happy to not go 150 laps. We'll chuck it to an ad break, and we'll see if we can get a few of our podium up in the booth, and we'll go from there. So we'll be right back.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
The future of virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area, test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
You've got what it takes. Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone, and it looks pretty dark on my screen right about now. I'm not sure if we're even back or we can't see anything because the lights have just completely shut off. Again, so I don't know what's going on there. Everything's falling apart, but we've got our podium up in the booth, and we'll kick off with Lachlan Urquio. How are you going?
Qualifying was great, and then from there, everything else wasn't. No, it was a bit of fun tonight anyway. So I like flat tracks, but I think I just didn't have enough practice under my belt to get anything decent on a race run in. But no, it was good fun anyway. Something a bit different tonight for sure.
Yeah, I had a blinder of a qualifying lap, and it took the pole tonight. But yeah, obviously the start of the race got gobbled up by Brody pretty quickly, and tried to hang on to him, and then Andy was finding his way through as well on you. And, again, tried to hang on to Andy, but lost a little bit to him, and just sort of maintained what you had.
Yeah, look, I think it's a bit on myself. I was playing around a little bit with gear ratios and trying to find a sweet spot, and I was a little bit worried about rear tyre wear, so I probably went a little bit conservative. But in hindsight, I should have gone a bit more aggressive because it paid off for Brody. I could tell he was a bit more aggressive on it when he passed me. So it's yeah, as I say, props to both Brody and Andy. I think Andy was definitely faster than me tonight, and as I say, whichever way the results fall, I think he absolutely deserves P2 if they get backdated for sure.
Yeah, well, it was interesting with the no lights tonight, and yeah, made my evening a bit better.
I was going to say, I think maybe it's my fault because you said I did a blinder of a qualifying lap. Maybe I blinded the whole field.
Wow.
Just smashed all the lights in your smashing qualifying time.
Yeah, as I say, I said to the boys at the time, I said, I feel like a villain with that kind of lap. So I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, well, it's not often you see someone school the field in a qualifying lap like that. You know, even by like, what, 3/10 I think it was. So, pretty quick one there.
Yeah, wasn't bad.
Oh, well, no, nonetheless, good run tonight, good qualifying, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a longer race next week for you, and can have some good results again next week.
Yeah, I think we're at Darlington next week, which is one of my favourites. I love that place. It's got a lot of character. It's a hell of a lot of fun when you've got the truck sliding all the way through both ends of the racetrack. So that'll be good fun, and it'll be a good race with everyone. And there's lights there too.
That's always a hard one to pass at too, though. So
yeah,
it'll make things interesting as well. Might see more cautions that are brought out, not from not being able to see.
Yep.
But anyways, we'll let you go enjoy your Friday evening. But firstly, you can give a shout out to all your sponsors.
Oh, big thanks to the big one on the car, TWRS. They obviously blinding quali set this week, and a pretty solid race set, but I was too busy messing with it, so that's my own fault. So it's as I say, they've done a really great job this week, and props to them. Love having them on board this year. They've been handing us some brilliant race cars lately, so it's good fun. And a big thanks to the guys that are looking after us this year. So Cut 6 Sticker Co and Scotcher Race Fuels who've come on board this year, and obviously big long time sponsor of Moondog who's been on board with us for quite some time as well. So big thanks to all those guys there. And then to the team, SRM, I love racing with them. They're a great group of guys, and Maddie, Ruben tonight, they were doing all right. Ruben was on for a good result, but I think he was just struggling with tyre wear tonight. But yeah, as I say, great group of guys. It's awesome to run with.
No doubt, and yeah, definitely some quick setups there. Taking the pole from TWR Setups, and also a sponsor of this series and other series as well. So shout out to them. We'll let you go and celebrate your podium.
Cheers, fellas. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, mate. Well, we'll pass over to James so he can earn his keep in the booth once more and see if we can get second place up in here. But I'm not sure if we're going to have second place or anyone else joining us in the booth for the podium. Well, we got a fair bit of time on our sleeves since we didn't even make halfway race, so we'll drag up some other drivers into the booth that we don't get to have a chat with, and we'll kick it off with Colin Bennett. How you going, Colin?
Sorry guys, I just chucked the headset back on. I ducked outside. Yeah, good. That was a bit of fun.
It's all good. No worries there. And how'd your race go?
Oh, predictably terrible because I did no practice, but yeah, still a bit of fun out there.
Yeah, no one does practice at short tracks, James, and no one likes them. But I had a 11th place finish tonight, so out of 14, so it's not too bad for no practice.
Yeah,
almost a
straight.
top 10.
Didn't take anyone out, so that was the main aim for tonight. Just finish.
Well, that's Morty's job, isn't it? Taking everyone out.
Yeah, pretty much. There was a lack of grass for him tonight, though, so he was struggling.
Made it hard, I see. There was plenty of concrete wall he could have bounced off and other cars, but no, good little run there tonight. Hey, I like short tracks. Well, you can like them for the both of us, thanks. Yeah, no, good little run there for you for Platinum. Obviously, just yourself and Morty running tonight. I didn't see Jason on track there, so.
He's working tonight, unfortunately, and Wade's busy getting sorted for a burnout comp this weekend, I believe. So, yeah, just Morty and I tonight.
Nice. It'll be a bit of fun for Sheedy.
Yeah, see if you can't kill another gearbox.
Yeah, fry some tyres. So, only Brody got to do that tonight with a win. But no, good to have a little chat with you, and hopefully get some more airtime for you as well in coming races.
Oh, I just need to pull my finger out, do a bit of practice, and run further towards the front of the field.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, Kobe gets you on screen, so we'll let you have a shout out to any sponsors that you might have for Platinum in the team as well, or anyone at home.
No, not really. I don't even know who our sponsors are, as silly as that sounds. Big shout out to Kobe and you boys in the booth for putting up with us each week.
All right, well, thanks for that, and more thanks to you for turning up and racing and putting up with us each week. So we'll let you go, get back to the team, and enjoy your Friday evening.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, mate, and we'll see you Sunday. But that was round 15 of the Milwaukee Mile. James, obviously the race didn't pan out how we expected it to tonight, but it still kind of panned out in some way that we did expect it. Brody starting to lap half the field and having a dominant run.
Yeah, and like I said, that's kind of what I expected. You know, that's just how this track tends to be. It's not the most exciting place to watch, but it's such a pure form of racing. You know, it's just kind of straight up, you know, and that's what I've always appreciated about this place, even if it still isn't my favorite to actually turn laps on.
Well, that was round 15 Milwaukee Mile, 68 laps of 150 before we had our caution and the race declared with no visibility. So thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Big shout out to our sponsors, Scotcher Race Fuels, who I believe are providing the prize for the season winner. TWR setups, everything simulated for trophies, 131 web radio network for the intro video for the broadcast as well. And thanks to everyone tuning in tonight. Kobe Jordan in the background there, Inside Lane Productions, James Watson joining myself in the booth and on track, joining the drivers, everyone turning up tonight to race, and myself, Paul Blocker Jackson. But next week, round 16, Darlington, so tune in for that one. We'll catch you then.